Now in this version, I'm going to price the same edge, but this time I'm going to be a little bit cleverer. I'm going to price it with the intent of saving it into the library as a model and doing it another time. I can choose whether I'm going to make my model the whole 184 square meters, but in this case, I am going to make my model 10 meters, not square meters, linear meters. I'm going to do my model on 10 linear meters, save it to the library, and then apply it to the 184 meters. What I'm going to do, I'm pressing F4 on my keyboard, or I'm using this to duplicate it. Or I could do it in another job called models. It's up to you. I press F4, I've duplicated the job. Okay. And I'm going to make not the job, the item. I'm going to make this 10 meters because I can get my head around it. I must remember to delete this once I've finished. Right. Now, I phone up Kinley because that's where I want to go. And I say, what is the price for these particular edgings? And he says, I get a price of £8, let's just say. Metal edge, Kinley, KB4. What I'm writing here is quite important because I will use this as my search key in future projects in months or years' time. So I need to put up something that I will remember to search for. So I use metal edge. Okay, and I'm putting in 10 meters here because I'm doing a model for 10 and meters. I'm also putting in the rate that I got from them, £7.84. Okay, and I'm going to put in a waste factor of 5%, as we did last time. Note that it hasn't got a tick over here, and because I've actually got a real price on this, I'm going to save this to the library. To save to the library, F10 or this icon, or save to library, which will remind you it's F10. Okay, I use my F10. So on this edge, saving it to the library. And oops, it says there's other metal edges there, edging, metal edge. It's picked up similar text in there, metal edging. And if I were to save it now and connect it to one of these, it would make this edge into whichever one I connected it to. But I don't want to connect it to an existing entry. I want to save a new entry to the library. I create or choose an edge now, drop down, edging, metal. I use that notation, edgings, or having a look there. Edgings, right? And the supplier is a pre-created one called Kinley, or I can create my supplier here and save to the library, right? And you'll see it's got the tick over there. Now I'm just going to do my labor, excavate trench. And I'm going to put a two-man team on it. And I'm going to say that it's going to take me 0.75 of an hour to excavate that trench. And it tells me that each man is doing 6.67 meters per hour, which I think is reasonable. Okay, now I'm going to say fix the edging. And I'm going to say 2 men, another half hour, and close the half an hour, and let's be pedantic here, close trench. And that's going to take 2 men, 0.33 hours. Okay, I've now created this at a rate of £16.13. Remember, it's at cost, and I'm going to save this into the library. There's my library key, or F10, as I prefer. Remember, we used it over here before, F10, and then it saved it to the materials library, but now we're on the item screen and we're pressing F10 to save it to the built up items library. And I'm saving it to edgings steel. Yeah? And saying, okay, job done.